Hey guys, it's Sai. So today, by request, I'm going to show you a beginner strength workout. Now this is for absolute beginners who have no idea where to start, but desperately want to start strength training because you want to look good, you want to look ripped, you want to feel strong, all of which are very good things and which you can achieve if you start today. I'm going to show you the foundational movements of strength training, get you started, and hopefully you will take the torch and continue on your journey from there. Let's get to it. Now the first move we're going to work on is called bird dog. Bird dog is something that I do to get my body flowing, to warm up a little bit, to activate my glutes and my core. So what you're going to do is get onto your hands and knees. Now your knees are hip distance apart, directly under the hips. You're going to get your hands under your shoulders. Now you better watch your back. Don't round, don't arch. You want to get a neutral spine, and you're going to lift one arm and the opposite leg. So you come right here. Now you want your arm to come next to your head, and you want to squeeze your glute to lift your leg. Bring your elbow to your knee and back out. Now you're going to start with 10 on each side. Bump it up to 12 or 15 if you start to feel like it's becoming too easy. Switch. Next, you're going to come down onto your back, and we're going to work on your bridge. So you'll bring your feet in towards your butt, flare the feet out slightly, and you're going to keep your arms at your sides, lift your butt up towards the ceiling. Now you'll notice that from your shoulders to your knee is a straight line. You come back down, up, squeeze the glutes, and back down. Now we're going to move on to what is often referred to as the king of strength training movements, the squat. So for the squat, you want to place your feet about just outside of the hips with your feet flared out slightly. Now this can vary by person, so you might want to open your legs a little bit wider or even take them in to a more narrow stance, but that's going to depend on you, so try it out, see what's comfortable. What you want to be able to achieve with this exercise is to be able to drop down and bend whilst keeping your chest high into a parallel or just slightly below parallel position, and then back up. So I'm going to show you from the side. Now you want to push your hips back towards the wall, lift your chest and keep it lifted. Bend the knees, drop the butt down, and then come up. For those of you who have never done a squat before, something that can really help you to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing with this movement is using a chair. So you set up into the same squat position, and you're going to push your hips back towards the wall. Remember, chest up, bend those knees, and try to touch the chair with your butt. Okay, I'm just touching it here. I'm not sitting on the chair. And then I'm coming back up to my starting position. Now you want to make sure that you achieve the proper range of motion. So if your chair is a little bit too high, after you get the feel for the movement, try to do it with something maybe a little bit lower or without anything at all. Next up, we're going to do a quick drill to work on your hip hinge mechanics. So this is a variation of a deadlift. You can use the chair for support, and what you want to do is lift one leg Now you're going to hinge at the hip. So as your leg is coming back, you're hinging here at the hip. So bending over, this leg here is slightly bent. And you're going to come all the way, lift your leg so that your body is in one line. You can hold on to the chair here and then drop the leg, hips come forward, and you're back into your starting position. So just try not to use the chair to push off. You're just using it as to help you keep your balance, to stabilize you. Now you can also do this, and this is the harder version, without the chair. So once you've graduated from using the chair, same thing, arms come up and back, up and back. Now we're going to move on to some upper body work, chest, shoulders, back, arms. Now for this section, you're going to need a resistance band. If you don't have one right now, do the other part of the workout and then try to get your hands on one of these as soon as you can. Now you're going to make a knot in the resistance band. So you want to make sure that, first of all, bring the handles together and then tie your knot so that it's equal on both sides. And you're going to come on down, put the band under your back, right up under the armpit, and lie back. So now you're going to bring your arms through under the handle, so under and up, and you're going to push up and down. You want the elbows to be at about 45 degrees from your body. Basic pressing movement from the floor. Now you want this to be challenging, so if you feel like it's too easy, make the knot a little bit higher along the band so that there's more resistance. Next up, one of my favorite exercises, push-ups. This variation is for beginners. So you'll start with a wall, hands shoulder height and shoulder width. You're going to step your feet back from the wall and bend your arms until your nose touches the wall and come back. Now the farther away from the wall that you get, the harder it's going to be. Next progression, use your chair. You're going to be on your knees. Setup is the same. Arms shoulder width or just slightly outside the shoulders. And push, bring the chest down to the chair and come back. So the higher the surface that your arms are on, the easier it's going to be. So gradually get lower and lower until you can do it on the floor. Now you want to pull in your belly and make sure your shoulders are retracted. And you're going to bend all the way down. Touch the floor with your chest and come back up. And once you've mastered the on the knee push-up, you'll move on to on the toe push-ups. Easy, right? Next up, we're going to work on a back exercise. So again, you've got the knot in the band. Step on either side of the knot, equidistant. Pull the handles in towards the center and hold them with both hands. So one big handle. You want to push your hips back towards the wall, slight bend of the knee. Your chest stays lifted, shoulder blades back. So this is your starting position. Then you're going to pull your arms back, pull the handles in towards just below your chest, belly region, and back down. So really focus on squeezing shoulder blades together, keeping the tension throughout the entire movement. We're going to finish up with a couple of arm exercises. So one is mainly bicep focused and the other tricep focused. You're going to step onto the band. Try to make it as equal as possible on both sides. Arms in a supine position. So you want them facing forward, and you're going to lift up all the way to the shoulder. You'll come back down all the way. Show you from the side here. And back down. Now keep the chest lifted the entire time, and you just want the arms moving. So only the arms. You're not pulling back or doing any of that stuff. That's terrible. For our final exercise, we're going to come back onto the band. Now, if the band is too long and you don't feel any tension when you're doing these movements, remember to make a knot in the band to make it shorter. And similar to the back exercise that we did, you're going to hinge your hips back towards the wall, bring your back down towards the floor, slight bend of the knee, and you're going to keep your chest up, shoulder blades retracted, and you're going to push up towards the ceiling. So arm stays straight and you're pushing up towards the ceiling. So you don't have to hold the handles here. Keep the arms close to the body and push up towards the ceiling. Whew. Burning. Now that I've given you guys all the tools you need to get going, start by doing this program 2 to 3 times a week. Shouldn't take you longer than 20 to 30 minutes. Once you're ready to move on to the next level, check out my home gym essentials video, Next Level. Share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to keep challenging yourself, because that is the only way you're going to get stronger.